Welcome to the Loop at the Armory, our first virtual Loop at the Armory Songwriter Evening. This is a series that was done in person before the pandemic. John Mark, who now lives in Florida, was good enough to start it up at the Armory. And most all of us who are here have performed live before. But when the pandemic shut the world down in March of 2020, the series went dormant. And I was approached by the good folks at the Armory in early July asking us to put the series back together with the first live performance tonight. And as you all know, Delta started to rise, so we needed to come up with a creative alternative. So we are now doing the Loop Singer-Songwriter series virtually. So myself, Dan and Faith, and Alex Rosiewicz are fortunate that we are here live thanks to the technological prowess of Dan. And we look forward to sharing a wonderful evening of music with all of you. Dan and Faith will lead off, followed by Alex, and I will be the closer. Have a wonderful night, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much, Linda. And we will arrange the screen here, and we'll start in just a moment. All right. And I think we can actually take our headphones off.
I think we can.
So.
It's much more comfortable to play without them.
Except that I wrapped myself through my strap.
Yep, I just rearranged myself so I could get out of that. So, Good evening. We are Dan and Faith coming to you live from Charlestown, New Hampshire, after having just gotten back from northern New Hampshire. And we're starting off with a lap dulcimer song. I figured I should show it so you know what I was doing.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see in the camera view, but
yep.
That's how it is. Ready?
It is. Yep.
Cast aside your deepest fears, worries of your mind. The universe will reveal a path for you to find as we try to organize the burdens of our lives. Set aside the time to seek the wisdom of the light. So laugh together every day, though there may be sorrow. Only love will show the way to a bright tomorrow. Let go your cares and listen to the voices of the trees. Lift your arms like branches, reaching for a gentle breeze. We build walls round ourselves, let them not become a prison. Open doors and windows wide, peace and joy, your new vision. So laugh together every day, though there may be sorrow. Only love will show the way to a bright tomorrow. So laugh together every day, though there may be sorrow. Only love will show the way to a bright tomorrow.
New vision. And yes, I quite agree. This is a pretty dulcimer made by a gentleman over in Vermont named Jeremy Seeger. And
He makes beautiful dulcimers.
he does. And the hummingbird sound holes are in honor of my mother, who was a hummingbird net. And I get down off my high horse here.
Yep, Faith will get off of her stool and
Where am I going next?
switch instruments. You're going to ukulele, I believe.
Yep.
So we do travel around the country normally, a little bit less so these days, but we travel with a lot of instruments. Faith plays dulcimer that you saw, and
Yep.
now ukulele,
Ukulele.
and you'll probably see mandolin and bass in the course of the set.
Almost certainly.
And I play banjo, guitar, and harmonica, but no harmonica tonight.
No.
Didn't fit in the
But,
set.
Mr. Drost, it's so good to see you virtually. All right. So this is dedicated to anyone who is dealing with friends or loved ones with any form of dementia. It's called Come Again Another Day. Hello, Melissa. Kind of you to come today. Delighted to see my granddaughter. I know you can't stay. I remember when you were born, your mother's exhausted pride. Now I hear that soon you will be a blushing bride. Enjoy your wedding day, songs you sing and games you play. Stories you can tell to your own grandkids someday. You are so dear to me. Can I pour you a cup of tea? Come again another day. Hello, young lady. Kind of you to come today. You look so much like my daughter. Could I convince you to stay? I remember my daughter's birth. She was such a vivacious girl. Do you know where she is living now? My mind is such a whirl. I remember her 5th birthday. So she sang and games she played. I hope she'll have kids of her very own someday. She is so dear to me. Can I pour you a cup of tea? Come again another day. Where am I? Hello, young lady. Kind of you to come today. Have we met before? I feel I should ask you to stay. I really can't remember much. You have such a friendly face. Could I ask a simple question? Do you live in this place? I remember my 4th birthday. Songs I sang and games I played. I'm afraid that's all I can remember today. You are so good to me. Can I pour you a cup of tea? Come again another day. Hello, young lady. Kind of you to come today.
Yeah,
All right.
got a little lost in the solo.
Yeah.
I realized I was going to tweak the banner.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. That's
we go.
better.
Now you know who we are. All right. Where am I going next?
I will tell you in a moment. Bass, I believe.
Bass.
And you got the amp on?
I have the amp on.
Oh, good. So our little setup here, we're using this one microphone you can see in front of us to do all of the instruments. The only exception is the bass needs a little oomph to get into it.
Yeah, the bass. We throw an amplifier in, so it's very bassy in here right now.
It sounds fine normally to the people listening to the broadcast.
Yeah.
It's a little loud in here. So as we're getting into autumn, we've got a few songs in the set for with that theme in mind, and This particular one is a song I wrote for my brother. It's about our lives growing up as kids, and starts off in the Berkshire Hills,
Yep.
where we lived when I was a little kid. Ready?
Yep.
Growing up, the two of us didn't always get along. In a place where we felt we never quite belonged. Rode our bikes, went on hikes everywhere in town. Quiet up in the Berkshire Hills echoed all around. Full moon rising over empty fields. Tree trunks standing, lonesome and revealed. Pleasant smell of wood smoke drifts upon the breeze, falling into autumn leaves. Off to New York City with people everywhere. New schools and new friends, smog heavy in the air. We teamed up to tell stories, your words, my photographs. Went to movies, jazz clubs, had ourselves some laughs. Full moon rising over empty fields. Tree trunks standing, lonesome and revealed. Pleasant smell of wood smoke drifts upon the breeze, falling into autumn leaves. College years, different towns, becoming better friends. Visit one another, the good times we had then. Years have passed, temples gray, still it brings me joy to think about when we were just little boys. The truth is I miss those bygone days. That big old maple tree, the leaves in which we played. Snow forts in the winter, the world all seemed brand new. Most of all I miss spending time with you. Full moon rising over empty fields. Tree trunks standing, lonesome and revealed. Pleasant smell of wood smoke drifts upon the breeze, falling into autumn leaves. Never in my life have I been so at ease as when we were young and falling into autumn leaves. For David.
All right.
Ah,
Now
it's
now
time
you
for
switch
banjo.
instruments. We do a lot of instrument switching, if you hadn't noticed. One of the positives and negatives of playing so many instruments.
It adds texture. It's fun.
Yeah. And this one is very definitely a sing-along. We know we can't hear you across the computer, but please feel free to sing along.
This one's called Dig a Hole, and it's a fun little piece I wrote a few years ago. And it's a bit of a challenge to play.
Yeah.
Bossman says dig a hole in the ground, deep black hole in the ground. He stays up while we go down, deep black hole in the ground. Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole in the ground, deep black hole in the ground. Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole in the ground. There's hole in that deep dark ground, hole in that deep dark ground. Way down in that deep dark mine, deep black hole in the ground. Danger's never far behind, deep black hole in the ground. Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole in the ground, deep black hole in the ground. Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole in the ground. There's hole in that deep dark ground, hole in that deep dark ground. Foreman says gotta organize, deep black hole in the ground. Go on strike or someone dies, deep black hole in the ground. Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole in the ground, deep black hole in the ground. Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole in the ground. There's hole in that deep dark ground, hole in that deep dark ground. Walk that picket line, have your say, deep black hole in the ground. Live to see another day, deep black hole in the ground. Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole in the ground, deep black hole in the ground. Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole in the ground. There's hole in that deep dark ground, hole in that deep dark ground. No more coal until we win, Dig a hole.
All right. Where to next? So, getting into harvest time.
Ah.
And we are indeed getting into harvest time. We just got back from a few days out of town and harvested a ton of tomatoes and
Peppers
and eggplant. And tomorrow we'll probably go out and
Dig
dig
up
some
more potatoes.
We have purple potatoes. They're awesome.
So Rick Drost is listening. I seem to remember that we fed him grilled purple potatoes many years ago, and he commented on it.
Oh, okay.
I think that was Rick who
Yeah.
made that comment
Could be.
a long time ago. Anyway, we grew 2 varieties of purple potatoes and one of yellow.
Yep.
And
And so far we've been able to find the purple ones, but we haven't really looked all that hard yet.
we have to dig them all up, and then once we've dug a bunch of them, we'll run the tractor through and hopefully dig up the rest.
Hopefully.
It'll be fun. All right. Ready?
Yep.
Crisp New England air on an autumn morning. Songbirds at the feeder greet sunrise as they sing. Leaves begin to fade in colors bright and bold. Whispers on the wind, another year grows old. The passing of the seasons, summer into fall. Soon enough, winter winds will sound their siren call. The years pass too quickly, and yet we can't complain. Come next year, we'll be right here rejoicing again. So set the table, light the candles, it's harvest time once more. Sunny days, chilly nights, wind knocks at the door. Apple pie from the oven, sure to delight. Celebrate this bounty in autumn's fading light. Clouds soar overhead through gently swaying trees. In this time of dreams and joyful memories, the firewood is stacked and the peaches have been canned, working hand in concert with the land. So set the table, light the candles, it's harvest time once more. Sunny days, chilly nights, wind knocks at the door. Apple pie from the oven, sure to delight. Celebrate this bounty and harvest fading light. Harvest time is bittersweet, we cannot help but sigh. Another trip around the sun, days are passing by. As we settle into winter and cold winds start to blow, we'll think about next season and the crops that we will grow. There's taters in the cellar and wheat to see us through. The kale will winter over till springtime skies turn blue. So set the table, light the candles, it's harvest time once more. Sunny days, chilly nights, wind knocks at the door. Apple pie from the oven, sure to delight. Celebrate this bounty and autumn's fading light. Celebrate together on this joyful night. Harvest time. Meant to be kind of like a harvest dance.
Yeah, we always
thing.
picture a harvest dance going on for that one. All right.
How are we doing on time? We are doing all right.
Yeah. So we do this one?
Yeah.
All right.
So let me get a sip of water.
Yeah, it's not only is it harvest season, it's also ragweed season.
Yeah.
And
We were out hiking this morning. I guess it was morning still.
Yeah.
And
it was
couldn't stop sneezing.
Yeah, it was kind of
well.
brutal.
All right. So, I should mention Faith's mandolin. So
Yes, this is
this is a 1919 Gibson mandolin that Faith named after her grandmother.
it's my grandmother. My grandmother's a little older than this, but
Not by much.
and I figured, was very much like her in that most of the time she's a grand old lady, and every now and again she gets a little cantankerous. Tonight she's actually being quite the grand old lady, so I'm very pleased with her. You never know. Never knew with Nana either.
She lived to be 100.
She was
Faith's
she was
grandmother.
amazing.
She was a character.
Yeah.
So much fun. So this one's called Simple Grace. This is the title track of an album from a couple albums ago. Actually, several of the things we played tonight are off of
They've been off Simple
Then
Grace.
and Now.
Oh yeah, that's
as
true.
well,
and the new one, yeah, we're all over the place.
Yep. Anyway, we do have albums. You can find us online at www.danandfaith.com.
Yep, all spelled out, all
Yep.
glued together.
And so this one is called Simple Grace, and it's a little prayer. We come in fear, we come in pain, shedding tears like falling rain. But through it all, it's clear to see the light of love will set us free. The darkest night, cold and alone, we gather in this humble home as morning breaks with rising sun. Raise our voices, sing as one in this place, this quiet place, filled with memories, filled with grace. The ground below, blue skies above. There is wisdom, there is love. There's beauty all around us, there's hope upon the breeze. All depends on where you focus, it's all in what you see. Celebrate the richness, sunshine and rain. Join in friendship, hope replaces pain. In gentle harmony we sing along. Building community, a common song in this place, this quiet place, filled with memories, filled with grace. The ground below, blue skies above. There is wisdom, there is love in this place, this quiet place, filled with memories, filled with grace. The ground below, blue skies above. There is wisdom, there is love. There is wisdom, there is love.
Yeah.
Simple Grace.
All right.
We probably can fit something else in. Let's see what I might find here.
Maybe you could sneak in saying goodbye.
Oh, that would be fun.
That would be fun. It's actually how it goes on the album, too.
Deep-a-doop-a-doo.
Just a short little a cappella. Little happy thing called saying goodbye.
When it's time to say goodbye to an old and faithful friend.
When she's gone as far as she can go and this is the end.
But think about the good
And
times
the places that we've seen.
as they haul her off to meet her end, now called recycling. Her once fine threads are frayed and wearing thin.
Her sure footing, well, it's dancing round again.
Incontinence leaving puddles.
Behind her on the floor.
Lost her wipers
Hubcaps.
and fuel filler door. We get attached to our cars. They say a lot about who we are. But when it's time to say
We
goodbye,
leave 'em with the used car guy.
or send 'em to the crusher by and by. I miss my old VW bug. All those vacuum lines and spark plugs, heater boxes.
Carburetor.
Fix it yourself and you'll get there.
Well, later.
Each new car we get has new gadgets to try.
That much more to distract us when our task should be to drive.
They have a mind of their own,
Computers, some use the phone.
and a voice in the dashboard tells you how to get back home. We get attached to our cars. They say a lot about who we are. But when it's time to say goodbye,
We leave 'em with the used car guy.
or send 'em to the crusher by and by. Send their souls to that scrapyard in the sky.
For our dear departed Volvo. All right, now I get back on my high horse.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just fun. Our Volvo died of terminal computer network failure.
Yep.
Now we drive a car that is nothing but a
Nothing but a
computer,
computer, I
and
know.
a few electric motors. So it's
We're kind of doomed if that one loses its computerized mind.
yeah. Because not only does it tell you how to get back home, it'll actually drive you there.
You there. Fun. Yeah, I guess I'm good.
What's that?
Position.
Yeah, it'll do.
All right.
I can work with it.
Okay.
Well, I have been trying to write more songs that have singable choruses. I spent time with Pete Seeger and his wife Toshi when I was in college, and I always admired Pete's ability to get an audience singing,
Always.
and was in the audience many times, and on a couple occasions actually at the Sloop Club up on stage with him, with a bunch of other folks
And
providing a chorus.
Dan wrote this, and we started performing it out, and then COVID shut things down, and we had nobody to sing along with it. So it has been our great delight this summer to have people singing along, and we hope that you will be too.
The words to the chorus are very simple: ramblin' round, ramblin' round, ramblin' round this old world, and it does that twice. And the melody on it is simple.
Yep.
Ready?
Yep.
Ramblin' round, ramblin' round, ramblin' round this old world, ramblin' round, ramblin' round, ramblin' round this old world. Been to the east, been to the west, been to the north, been to the south, been rambling this whole world round, rambling round, rambling round, rambling round this old world, rambling round, rambling round, rambling round this old world. Been to the mountains, been to the plains, been to the desert, seen floods and rain, been rambling this whole world round, rambling round, rambling round, rambling round this old world, rambling round, rambling round this old world. Been to the ocean and dove right in, lived in a city, never will again, been rambling this whole world round, rambling round, rambling round, rambling round this old world, rambling round, rambling round, rambling round this old world. Been singing songs and making friends, been telling stories now and then, been rambling this whole world round, rambling round, rambling round, rambling round this old world, rambling round, rambling round, rambling round this old world. Play that. Rambling round, rambling round, rambling round this old world, rambling round, rambling round, rambling round this old world, been rambling round this old world.
Rambling.
to now introduce our next performer.
And we probably should have given a little bit of a heads up
Well-
that that was our last tune.
Oh, we'll bring him up on the screen anyway.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
I was
I'll put on
listening
my
and I
headphones
was
so we
right
can
there
actually
with
hear
you.
you.
I love that song. Love that song.
All right. Welcome to the
To the loop.
stage, Alex Rosiewicz.
Hey, thanks very much, Dan and Faith. That was a great set and something to follow, and I really appreciate being on this. Sorry I can't see anyone in person. I'm very much hoping we could do that, but these are the times we live in, and we just get on with life the best we can. I'm coming to you from Stowe, Massachusetts, about 30 miles west of Boston, and play a few songs for you here. I'm going to take the headset off because it's just more comfortable. So this first song is about traveling, which we haven't been doing very much of, but it's kind of a nostalgia song, if you like, because it's all about traveling. Suitcase filled with dirty laundry, a head filled with half-forgotten schemes, on the road to who knows where. It's been so long, you don't even care. 3:52, we're going to Baltimore. 3:52, going to Baltimore. 3:52, going to Baltimore. Searching for an opportunity, settle for a decent meal tonight. On your way, on telephone, makes you wish you were heading home. 3:52, we're going to Baltimore. 3:52, we're going to Baltimore. 3:52, going to Baltimore. Maybe there we'll find what we need. Perhaps we'll all find happiness in Baltimore. I'm sure we'll all find happiness in Baltimore. Happiness in Baltimore. Night comes, so you lay your head down. Sleep may come, it may stay away. On your way, it's another day. You pack your bags, then you fly away. On 3:52, we're going to Baltimore. 3:52, we're going to Baltimore. 3:52, going to Baltimore. That song was inspired by getting on Southwest Flight 352, heading to Baltimore, strangely enough. So I'm going to stick with the travel theme here. My wife, the painter, and she actually this is makes me think of the little a cappella song that Dan and Faith were doing. She did a painting of a rusted out old car in the middle of the desert, and she called it Road Warrior. That's a great name for a picture, and good name for a song too. I have travelled many highways, through sun and snow and driving rain, mountain tops and desert valleys, I never once complained. Well, I know I'm a little rusty, and I know I'm a little low, but brother, you can trust me. Shine me up, watch me roll. I am road warrior. I am road warrior. Road warrior. I've heard the bullfrogs on the bayou and the loons across the lake, the elk up in Wyoming, those bugle calls they make. Well, I know I'm a little rusty, and I know I'm a little old, but brother, you can trust me. If you shine me up, watch me roll. I am road warrior. I am road warrior. Road warrior. Seen the sunrise on Acadia and the twisters on the plain, the sunset on the bar. My wanderlust remains. Well, I know I'm a little rusty, and I know I'm a little old, but brother, you can trust me. Shine me up, watch me roll. I am road warrior. I am road warrior. Road warrior. That's Road Warrior. I should have brought the picture down with me so you could see my wife's painting. It's, of course, I'm biased, but it's a great painting. You guys, you're missing not seeing it. I forgot to bring it down with me. So, anyway, next time I'll bring the picture. And yeah, it's nice to follow on from Dan and Faith's little a cappella song, which I think is a great song. So I wrote this song almost exactly 20 years ago, and of course I was reminded of it on Saturday there, and somehow it seemed more optimistic back then. We built so high, we scraped the sky. We never thought we'd fall down. We soared so high, where eagles fly. We never dreamed we'd crash down. But don't you be dismayed, we'll build again. No, don't you be afraid, we'll fly again, we'll fly again. We used to think in this great land we were free, safe from harm. We used to think we lived apart from pain and hate and fearful hearts. But don't you be dismayed, we'll build again. And don't you be afraid, we'll fly again, we'll fly again. We all believed we were strong, we were right, they were wrong. How could they hate all that we are? How could this all have gone so far? And don't you be dismayed, we'll build again. And don't you be afraid, we'll fly again, we'll fly again. In clear blue skies, our summer ends. We feel the chill, winter sends. The seasons change, we mourn and then we have to work to grow again. Don't you be dismayed, we'll build again. And don't you be afraid, we'll fly again, we'll fly again. We built so high. Yeah, so that song is not surprisingly called September 11th, fairly obvious reason. So unlike Dan and Faith, I only ever head out with one guitar. I have the luxury of being in my little basement here. The downside is I'm in my little basement. The downside is I don't get to see you guys, which I really wish I was doing. But on the other hand, I'm in my little basement and I can use my other guitar, so you don't have to put up with me retuning. So this is a song I wrote about a guy I consider to be an American hero, and I think many of you do, many of us do. And here's the song. So long, Mr. Rogers, you tried to make the world a better place. You came in every morning, greet us with a smile upon your face. You wanted everyone to be your neighbor, asked everyone to be your neighbor. You knew we should love our neighbor. When you spoke to little children, the words you used were honest, kind and plain. And when you spoke to Congress, the words you used with them were just the same. You wanted everyone to be your neighbor, asked everyone to be your neighbor. You knew we should love our neighbor. If we search throughout your life, I'm sure we'd find some faults and failings. If we scrutinize your heart, I'm sure we'd find some sins and palings. But I believe you tried to be a good man. I believe you did all that you can. I wish you were here today. Contempt and anger whip us to a fever. But we know what you'd say. You'd smile at us, say, won't you be my neighbor? You wanted everyone to be your neighbor, asked everyone to be your neighbor. You knew we should love our neighbor. So long, Mr. Rogers, you tried to make the world a better place. So it's Mr. Rogers. I grew up in Scotland, so I never really saw Mr. Rogers when I was growing up, but I kind of wish I had. I think pretty neat guy, and we have a tendency to try to search for faults in our hearing. We should just accept the good. This is another hero of mine. You'll know who he is very soon. Galileo said, "When you look at the stars with me, see the moon and the planets, see what I see, see what I see, see what I see, just look at the stars." I've seen the tide coming out, I've watched the tide going down, and I know the world is spinning round. I've seen the earth drag a cannonball, I've watched the earth make a feather fall, and I know it pulls them just the same. Galileo said, "Won't you look at the stars with me? Watch the moon and the planets, see what I see, see what I what I see. Just look at the stars. I've seen the stars in the Milky Way, moons of Jupiter so far away, and I know they do not revolve round us. So why should I believe your lies? I've seen the universe with my own eyes, and I have heard the music of the spheres. Galileo said, won't you look at the stars with me? Watch the moon and the planets. See what I see. See what I see. See what I see. Just look at the stars. Galileo said, won't you look at the stars with me? Watch the moon and the planets. See what I see. See what I see. See what I see. Just look at the stars. Now that was Galileo. That's actually that's the only song in the whole set of stuff that I've recorded. That's on my CD, Far Horizons, which is still available. And he's, as I said, a great hero of mine, and anybody that appreciates the scientific method and has a respect for truth. So let me just, I've got a couple more songs for you here. And I need to change the tuning, but it won't take that long. So this next song is about, actually it's about the town I grew up in, but I think there's so many towns like this. And they're in every country in the world. They're certainly here, certainly throughout the UK. There we go. I knew we'd get it eventually. This town's been here so long, seen life, death, happiness and battles. Been through many ages, farms, fields, factories and cattle. Had ups and downs, now it seems it's been beaten down. And it's a sad little town in the middle of nowhere, screaming to the edge of hope. In the days of farms and horses, they dammed the river and built a water mill. Help them grind the flour they used to have to grind by hand. Life improved, families grew, and they flew on nature's wings. Now it's a sad little town in the middle of nowhere, clinging to the edge of hope. In the age of coal and steam, they built factories filled with crashing looms. He made the lace that graced the gracious homes of the great and the good. The river ran red and green and blue when the bolts of cloth were dyed. In that sad little town in the middle of nowhere, clinging to the edge of hope. There used to be a railway. It ran all the way to the coast, linked that little village to the world that stretched beyond. Someone decided it wasn't worth it, and they ripped out all the track from that sad little town in the middle of nowhere, clinging to the edge of hope. The main streets grown quiet, windows boarded up with wood. In the side streets in the park, needles, disaffected youth. High on the hillside, my parents lie. They look down into the valley and they see just a sad little town in the middle of nowhere, clinging to the edge of hope. A sad little town in the middle of nowhere, clinging to the edge of hope. A sad little town in the middle of nowhere, clinging to the edge. So that's called Valley Town, and yeah, there's a whole bunch of towns around the world like that. I'm running just a little bit late, and I apologise, but I know that I want to squeeze this one in. Hope nobody minds too much. I'm very glad that Dan was playing the banjo earlier. So I play a lot of open tunings on guitar, and this is C, G, D, G, C, D. And someone pointed out to me that that is it's called apparently sawmill tuning in banjo playing. So I thought, oh gosh, I've got a banjo tuning, so I've got to write a banjo song. As I was walking late one summer's night, I heard a voice proclaim his sorry plight, and then I saw a solitary man playing on the banjo while he sang, and this he sang: banjo players are people too, if you prick as we bleed, just like you do. I used to have friends, 2 kids and a wife, a house and a car. It was a wonderful life. But where are they now? Where did they go? They all disappeared when I took up the banjo. My attempt at the banjo turned to me with a wild-eyed stare. He seemed surprised to see me standing there. He shed a tear and he trembled too. He said, "My friend, I'll play my song for you." And so he sang. Banjo players are people too. If you prick as we bleed, just like you do. I used to have friends, 2 kids and a wife, a house and a car. It was a wonderful life. But where are they now? Where did they go? They all disappeared. When I took up the banjo, on the ground, his empty hat was laying. I threw some money in and he exclaimed, "At last my wife will see," I told her so. She said, "You can't make money playing the banjo." But look, she's wrong. Banjo players are people too. If you prick as we bleed, just like you do. I used to have friends, 2 kids and a wife, a house and a car. It was a wonderful life. But where are they now? Where did they go? They all disappeared. When I took up the banjo, I turned away and left him standing there. His joyful face was lifted in the air. He said, "Dear friend, my blessings as you go. You gave me strength to keep on playing the banjo." And so he played everybody. Banjo players are people too. If you prick as we bleed, just like you do. I used to have friends, 2 kids and a wife, a house and a car. It was a wonderful life. But where are they now? Where did they go? They all disappeared. When I took up the banjo, banjo player, with apologies to Dan. So, thank you all very much for listening to me. Great pleasure and honor to be here. Sorry I ran a little bit late, Linda. My apologies to you for that. Thanks very, very much, everyone. Hope to see you live sometime. So I'm going to introduce Linda Marks, who's going to see us out for the next half hour. Thanks very much, everyone.
Thanks, Alex. I really am glad that you did your banjo song. I really love that one. And I think of it often. Whenever I think of you, actually, I think of that banjo song. So I'm really glad you did it. I'm just going to turn off the volume on my phone so that it works properly on live. Okay. Dan, you can let me know if there's a problem, but hopefully that's okay because I shut the volume off. So it's a pleasure to be live streaming as part of the Loop Singer-Songwriter series. And I'm really grateful to Dan for his command of the technology. So here we are. I'm going to be doing mostly pandemic-inspired songs. I had no clue that, well, who did, right? That this pandemic was going to go on and on and on this long. It's been a good 18 months. And at the very beginning of the pandemic, I wrote a song called Monuments of Love, which is actually the title song of a brand new album that was just released August 1st with a real in-person show at the Burren with band members. I must say that was a real pleasure because I don't know when I'm going to get to do that again. But anyhow, this song and the album was built on the question of what can we create during a pandemic? And Monuments of Love was my response. Monuments of steel, where people kneel. Whoops. Oh, okay. I was just checking. Sometimes I forget to plug in my microphone, but I did that time. Okay. Monuments of steel, where people kneel. Monuments of stone, where we pray alone. Legacies we leave, the stories we weave. So when the candle grows dark, there's proof that we were here. Like a pebble in the ocean, love's ripples travel on, extending the reach of our hearts. Loving thoughts and loving actions are the building blocks we use, creating a foundation with roots. Monuments of tears, gravestones mark the years. Monuments of words, blessings to be heard, reminders of our dreams, our journey to be free. So when the candle grows dark, our lives have meaning and worth. Thinking of our neighbors, our family and our friends, recharging the light of life inside. Our global heart is healing, one gesture at a time, giving our children a chance. Monuments of art, expressions of the heart. Monuments of clay, sculpted in play. Inspiration is our guide, the divine lives inside, and the fruits of our labor add up over time to monuments of love, a treasure trove for us. Monuments of love, monuments of love. And all of these wonderful musicians and all of these wonderful songs are a little piece of putting love and hope and inspiration and aliveness into a pandemic world, even if we do it through a live stream. My next song is actually the title song of my next pandemic-inspired album called Home. I know I've been spending more time at home than ever before for my day job as a mind-body psychotherapist. And for many, many months, I didn't feel safe going to the gym. So I was walking around the neighborhood in a circuit. I've certainly spent a lot more time with my kitties and my corgi. So this is a song called Home, because it's given me a lot of time to think about what is home. And chances are you've spent a lot more time at home than at other times in your life. A house is not a home with a broken heart alone. The silence never ends, the darkness falls. On him I once could depend, now we're barely friends. When things harbor, you can put your anchor down. Home is a feeling in your heart. Home is a yearning for a place where you belong. Home is the place where you can start to find your dreams. The world can be so cold without a hand to hold. When no one has your back, it can freeze your soul. Struggling, losing ground, a safe place must be found. The rabbit hole is dark, seems like it never ends. Home's a safe harbor that we long for in the dark. Home is a friend that's got your back. Home is a blessing, a shelter that you need. Home's a foundation of love to build your dreams. Homelessness is a hunger that feasts upon the heart, unprotected from winds and rain and snow. Seeking peaceful shelter, I found your loving arms. The warmer nights now help to fuel my dreams. When two hearts meet by chance, it's more than just romance. A sacred kind of blessing, a true divine. I savor you in my life, your love that drains the strife. I'm hopeful for the future and what I'll find. Home's a safe harbor, I have put my anchor down. Home is a feeling that is true. Home is a place I can leave from and return. Home is a space I found with you. To live my dreams, to live my dreams. That's home. Another part of my pandemic living journey on Saturdays is to take a really long walk down to the Charles River on Moody Street in Waltham. I live in Waltham, Massachusetts, and it's about a 45-minute walk each way. But I really, really love the river, and it's really special walking and seeing it through all 4 of the seasons, whether it's when the lily pads have flowers blooming or the ducks and geese are there, or it's icy. And there's a beautiful waterfall by the river, and I've really found that's a really healing thing to do. So I wrote this song called The River. And it's a song of healing and transformation. And it's on my Songs at the Heart of Life album that came out November 25th of 2020. And on the recording, Alex, it has a banjo on it. And Dan, you play the banjo. Because I like to write songs that use the banjo. Take me out to the river, cleanse the trauma from my soul. Open my heart, Lord, so you can make me whole. I've worked hard at healing. I've lived an honest life. wash away my toil and strife. Unwanted as the baby, the future looks quite bleak in the company of strangers. Honest love is what I seek. The baby is an angel with a heart as pure as gold. Take me to the river, give me love to have and hold. Holy restoration, free my heart, my soul, my mind, enliven my sleeping spirit, bring me comfort, treat me kind. It's important to feel welcome. It's important for folks to care. Welcoming comes through actions. Without actions, there's despair. Loneliness often haunts me. Did they carve it in my soul? Take me to the river. I so deeply yearn to feel whole. There's magic in the river, the way the water ebbs and flows, always moving, always cleansing all the heartache from my soul. Take me to the river, cleanse the trauma from my soul. Open my heart, Lord, so you can make me whole. From total healing, I've lived an honest life. Take me to the river, wash away my toil and strife. Take me to the river, wash away my toil and strife. Take me to the river. The river, a place of healing. So this next song, which will be on my home album that's going to come out on November 25th of this year, fingers crossed, everything goes okay, is called In the Distance. And it's actually a true story, and my partner Rob gets a co-write. Amazingly, about a year ago, I actually met someone during the pandemic, and some of the words he wrote to me were incorporated into the lyrics. So people always ask, where did Ferrari Mind come from? Those are his words, and he has a Ferrari mind. He has ADHD, and someone once said he had a Ferrari mind with bicycle wheels as a brake. It's called In the Distance. I've walked this lonesome path for half a lifetime. North Star is my compass, always true. Aiming to make a difference, helping others. Happy still, but also missing you. Writing songs with dreams that could be memories. Planting seeds of visions writers do. An image in the rearview mirror. distance I saw you. You were a flame burning in my heart. You were a thought of what was meant to be. You were a bright light shining like a diamond, the hand of God providing company. A soulmate is a special kind of mirror, reflecting back your wholeness through and through, bringing you to your own attention. What you're on this blessed earth to do, helping break through barriers, defenses, co-creating a foundation for your life. Perfect fit's just the beginning, creating ease with places filled with strife. When you appeared, I knew it in an instant. And soon I learned that you could feel it too. Did not take long to know my prayers have been answered. In the distance there came you. I hear your voice, it comforts as it echoes. For I remind, matched with a heart of gold. In the distance I first, but no longer. At long last, I'm coming home to you. I'm coming home and deeply loving you. That's In the Distance, and it's another song that I've recorded with banjo, which actually is a wonderful instrument that I adore. And here is another banjo song. I didn't realize I picked so many banjo songs with a banjo player opening and someone who wrote a banjo song as the second person tonight. This song was written after a conversation I had with my good friend John Mark, who's in Florida, who started the Loop series. And he was talking about some of the women he was meeting in Florida. And there are widows and there are divorcees. And so I wrote a song about women's empowerment from the point of view of a widow or a divorcee, more like a divorcee, called Finally Room for Me. It's sort of a fun song too, even though it has a serious message. A quiet night, right here at home. Time for my thoughts, I sit alone. I'm diving deep, my healing heart tells me it's time for a new start. I raised the kids, you raised your glass. I worked so hard, many years did pass. I thought you'd change, I thought you'd see. The mirror cracked, and with it time broke me. Take off this ring, I'll change my name. Since you've been gone, life's not the same. I'll sell the house, I'll travel free. Without you here, there's finally room for me. When you first left, it was a shock. You'd say you're leaving, it was just talk. When I got home, your car was gone. You wrote a note, said you'd moved on. Take off this ring, I'll change my name. Since you've been gone, life's not the same. I'll sell the house, I'll travel free. With Without you here, there's finally room for me. My hopes and dreams, long packed away. My wrinkled skin suggests my beauty fades. My wisdom lines, well earned for a brow. My childlike heart, it wonders what's next now. We both took vows, taken to heart. Life's joys and pains, life's hardships start. I asked to talk, you raised your glass. The silence kills, love could not last. Take off this ring, I'll change my name. Since you've been gone, life's not the same. I'll sell this house, I'll travel free. Without you here, there's finally room for me. Without you here, there's finally room for me. Without you here, there's finally room for me. Finally room for me. This next song, which all of the songs except for The River and Monuments of Love are actually on my home album. And this is a song I wrote after I was inspired by the inaugural poem written by Amanda Gorman. She talked about not only seeing the light, but being the light. And many people have called this an anthem for humanity. My vision has been to get a large group of people together and sing it, all ages, all backgrounds, all heights. The one chance I had to do a little bit of that was when I did my live show at the Burren, where we got the room singing. But in COVID times, I haven't been able to realize my full vision. But one day, in a safe world, I look forward to making a lovely video about Be the Light. And you're welcome to sing along with the chorus at home. It comes back round and round again. And I'll start with it. Be the light. Be the light. Join our brothers and our sisters seeking life and liberty. Be the light. Be the light. Keep the flame of peace still burning in the heart. Humanity. Many hills to climb, barriers to scale. Past moments knocked us down, but still our spirit will prevail. Trying to transform darkness underneath, finding ways to tunnel through the belly of the beast. Truth can light our way, onward brave and free. Let's be a good example now for all the world to see. Bridging young and old, joining red and blue, holding hands together, we're united, me and you. Be the light, be the light. Join our brothers and our sisters seeking life and liberty. Be the light, be the light. Keep the flame of peace still burning in the heart. Humanity. Our hearts can drop defenses when truth can shatter lies. Peel off the veils that hide the simple beauty from our eyes. Hear our prayers, hear our cries. We've been lost and we've been shattered, but our wholeness still resides. We are brave, we are strong. Joining voices as we're singing lets us know that we belong. Be the light, be the light. Join our brothers and our sisters seeking life and liberty. Be the light. burning in the heart. Keep the flame of peace still burning in the heart. Humanity. Be the light. That's a message for all of us, to nurture the light within and share it as we go through this chaotic, full of unknowns, continuing pandemic world. So to close my set and the show, this is a song I wrote in the middle of April, in fact, April 12th, 2020, when a really close friend of mine, singer Bob DeChico, went into the ICU onto a ventilator with one of those really bad cases of COVID. And he is a pandemic hero. After a month in the ICU on a ventilator, he actually stepped down to the hospital with another 3 weeks with double pneumonia and a blood clot in his leg. And then he stepped down to 100 days in a rehab, and he made it through. I sadly have lost people in my immediate circle to COVID-19. So to see someone who had the really bad kind and actually made it through is really a miracle. And I originally wrote this song so that I could sing it every week during my weekly Songs from the Heart Meditations for the Heart live stream, which I have been doing every week since the beginning of March. I'm in like week 79 this Sunday. I haven't stopped it, because even as I was able to do a handful of live gigs, mostly outdoors in the summer with Delta Rising, I figured I might as well just keep it going. But I've basically shared the song to uplift our spirits, and it's still unknown, how things are going to progress. Delta's rising, and there are other mutant variants coming our way. So at some level, prayers are for all of us as we live through a time we could have never imagined. Here's prayers dedicated to all of us. It could be me. It could be you. It could be any one of us. Parents, children too. No one is immune. Some are more at risk. We never ever had to live through a time like this. Prayers, hands clasped as one, asking for healing grace, sending love. Tears we cannot know. Will our loved ones survive? Must we let them go? Just a matter of time before the beast grabs hold of a loved one, inflicts this damn disease. Masks and gloves and distance, the ambulance arrives. They're taken from us as we yearn to be by their side. They're on the front lines, nurses and doctors working against time. Us on the phone, separated, wondering, will our loved ones die alone? I never could imagine that there would ever be a time I'd lose someone so close and dear and not get to say goodbye. Prayers, hands clasped as one, asking for healing grace, sending love. Fears we cannot know. Will our loved ones survive? Must we let them go? Will our loved ones survive? Must we let them go? And that's prayers. I'm really grateful to having Dan and Faith with their beautiful set and all their wonderful instruments. And I never knew the song about Melissa was about someone with Alzheimer's. I actually wrote a song about when you were doing that. I would have done that song as part of the set. And thanks so much as well to Alex for your beautiful guitar playing.
I don't know where her audio just went. Sorry about that. Linda, we just lost your audio. I'm not sure why.
Is she muted?
No, it's.
Am I what? Am I
there you go.
hearable?
Now,
Yeah.
now
Oh,
I
I
can
must
hear
have
you.
been muted. That's what happened. Yeah. I had to turn my volume up a little and take myself off the mic because I can't hear you and talk with you if I've got that down. What I was just saying was thank you to all of you. It's been a real pleasure playing with all of you. And Faith, your song about Melissa and Alzheimer's, I didn't realize that was the backstory because I would have played my song, The Gardener, about my mom's Alzheimer's journey. So I really appreciated that, as well as all your instruments. And Alex, I really appreciate your beautiful guitar playing, and I love that banjo song too. So it's been a real pleasure to play with all of you.
Yeah. I think Alex needs to buy a banjo, though. He needs to
I agree.
play that on the banjo. Yeah.
Oh, now he's muted.
Alex is muted, though. Let's see if I can. Oh, Alex has to unmute himself. But anyway, but yeah, that was my first thought.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, you could play in that
yeah.
tuning, but you have to do that on a 5-string.
Yeah, I think you're right, Dan. I think I can see a banjo in my future.
Yeah.
It's a fun instrument.
It is a lot of fun
It's
to
worth
play.
it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks again, Linda, for asking us to play.
Definitely.
And it's been a great evening.
Yeah, thanks for arranging it, Linda. Really
Oh,
appreciate
my
it.
total pleasure. And thank you so much for being able to create this virtual way of performing. Next month, Rick Drost is organizing, and we're going to continue the virtual Loop at the Armory Songwriter Series. So at least the Songwriter Series can be reincarnated from pandemic slumber. So I really appreciate your technological prowess, Dan. It's been wonderful.
Happy we could help.
And I hope everybody who listened enjoyed it.
Yes, thank you for everyone who has listened. And thank you to everyone who will listen, because since this is a live stream, there's the opportunity to listen at any time. So thank you for that as well.
And feel free to add comments at any time as well, because we do go back and read them. And thank you to
Absolutely.
everyone who's commented
Yeah.
Absolutely.
already. It's great to see some friends in there.
Good to get some feedback.
Absolutely.
All right. Good night,
Well, thanks,
all.
everyone. Really
Stay
appreciate
safe
it.
and well, everyone.
We'll see you in person soon, I hope.
Hopefully
I hope so,
so.
too.
Hopefully soon.
Bye-bye.